Smackdown vs. Raw was developed by Ukes and published by THQ. The way how it all started is that WCW and WWF end up feuding. WWF ends up buying WCW, which led to WCW superstars all going to WWF. WWF's roster size doubled, led WWF to do a brand extension to give all superstars equal opportunities. SmackDown and Raw end up being the two brands. In 2002, SmackDown and Raw end up feuding with each other to see which brand is more superior. ECW joined in the fight in 2006. Side note, WWF turns into WWE because the World Wildlife Fund, which is also known as WWF, filed a lawsuit against their name. So WWF ends up taking the L on this one. The first SmackDown vs. Raw was rated 16 and up. It was released on November 2nd, 2004, and it was out for the PlayStation 2. The genre was obviously sports, and the modes that you were able to play in was single player and multiplayer. This game included hard camera angles, match mini games, online, bra and panty matches, voice acting and commentary, a soundtrack, player entrance, pay-per-views, championship creations, and a momentum system. This game's overall rating ended up being an 8.1 out of 10 according to GameSpy. SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 ended up having some upgrades. This was rated 16 and up and was out for the PlayStation 2 and the PlayStation Portable. It was released on November 14th, 2005. Its goal was realism and it added a stamina system. What this game had that the first game didn't was created wrestlers' voices, general manager mode, buried live matches, a locker room, created entrance advancements, season mode, and general manager mode. In season mode, you was able to be a wrestler and have your own storylines. It also had legends in it as well. In general manager mode, you was able to create your own roster and do rating managements. Wrestlers' entrance wasn't all that good. They had okay synchronizing and bad facial animations. The soundtracks were more wrestling based. Samples for creative wrestling seemed more real. The PlayStation Portable didn't have an announce table and the graphics weren't all that good. This game's rating ended up being an 8.9 out of 10 according to GameSpy. SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 was rated T for teens and was out for the PlayStation 2, PlayStation Portable, and Xbox 360. The Xbox 360 version had better graphics, and its motto was, "Don't just watch it, live it." This included an ultimate control system, in-crowd fighting, the Money in the Bank match, and free roam in the locker rooms. They took away the bra and panty match. The main reason why is because now it was rated T for teens instead of 16 and up. For the entrance, they still had bad syncing and the facial animations was slightly better, but it was still bad. The creation was just like 2006, but you was able to preview your advanced entrance while editing it. Season mode was just like 2006 but included text and voice messaging, sharing our thoughts outside with other superstars or managers. Xbox 360 ended up having more loading screens while the PlayStation Portable was still the same. This wasn't out for the PlayStation 3 because the PlayStation 3 was released 3 days after this game came out. This game's overall rating ended up being an 8.1 out of 10 according to GameSpy. SmackDown vs. Raw 2008 was rated T for teens and it was out for the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation Portable, Xbox 360, Nintendo Wii, and the Nintendo DS. The Nintendo DS version, the developer was Amaze Entertainment. This game was released on November 13th, 2007. The game's motto was, "How would you play?" So there was 8 different fighting styles, which were the high flyer, brawler, powerhouse, hardcore fighting, submission, the showman, technical, and dirty. You was only able to choose 2 out of the 8, and this was an opportunity to give the superstars personalities when they're fighting. The game included 8 new different fighting styles, struggle submission with the analog stick, the extreme rule match, weapon animation, setting things on fire, and ECW. The game got rid of free roam in the locker rooms, unique superstar stances, and storing finishers. The entrance was still the same. For season mode, you could do things before you wrestle like strength exercises, skill improvements, photo shoots, simulation through storylines, but you weren't able to play general manager mode while playing seasonal mode. There are more legends on the PSP version. This game's overall rating ended up being a 6.5 out of 10 according to GameSpy. SmackDown vs. Raw 2009 was rated T for teens and it was out for the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation Portable, Xbox 360, Nintendo Wii, and the Nintendo DS. The developer for the Nintendo DS version was Toast. This game was released on November 9th, 2008 and it focused a lot on tag team. This game included new tag team mechanics, creative finisher, inferno matches, a highlight reel where you was able to record your own matches, snip all the good stuff to make an entrance video, the tribute to the Troops Arena, storing signatures. They had new outside camera angles, created character posing / finishers, roster editing, song skipping, and DLC packages. This game did not include general manager mode, create a belt, fighting styles, in-crowd fighting, and buried live matches. This game saved a lot of money on their soundtrack by adding superstars entrances to it. This game had a bad story mode, but you was able to upload highlight reels to YouTube. For Road to WrestleMania, there was a new co-op version. The only system that changed was the Nintendo DS. It actually looked like a better wrestling game than it was before. We made it possible for users to affect their entrance with their nunchucks. For the PlayStation 3, you was able to upload downloaded music. This game's overall rating ended up being a 7.5 out of 10 according to GameSpy. Smackdown vs. Raw 2010 was rated T for teens. It was out for the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation Portable, Xbox 360, Nintendo Wii, Nintendo DS, and iOS. It was released on October 20th, 2009. The game was engined by Havoc. The motto was, "It's your world now." They had creation suites and Road to WrestleMania. In Road to WrestleMania, you was able to have a storyline with a superstar that you created or a diva. There was hop-up engine for collision detection, making every attack feel more impactful. This is by vibrating the controller after certain moves, such as finishers. Now the momentum bar was down below the superstar. He was able to reverse moves. The camera was able to shift multiple positions even outside of the ring. This game included story designer, created a diving finisher, added wrestlers' gear colors, WWE rivals, paint tools, Royal Rumble match redesign, the training facilities, the championship scramble match, alternative attires for created superstars, changing the entrance movie, and community creations. This game did not include the tribute to the Troops Arena. The soundtrack came from pay-per-view theme songs as well as entrance music. He was able to set superstars' abilities while creating them. This game's overall rating ended up being a 7.5 out of 10 according to GameSpy. Smackdown vs. Raw 2011 was rated T for teens and was out for the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation Portable, Xbox 360, and Nintendo Wii. There's no more ECW, and the designers for this game was Kenji Nakamura and Oedo Ueno. The gameplay was so much better, you was able to do finishers at any moment, even if your opponent wasn't dazed. This game included Universal Mode, Locker Room Free Roam, Revamped Physics, Match Creator, Create a Corner Move, Online Royal Rumbles, Story Designer options. They took away Career Mode. This game gave up on the soundtrack, and it was just Superstars entrance music. Since there's no Career Mode, users was able to make their own superstar attributes as high as possible. Storylines happen through dialogue when playing Road to WrestleMania. You was able to watch TV, talk to wrestlers, look at match cards, and boost your status. There's a WWE shop option where you're able to download the DLC packages in one section. There was no more the DS version of this game, and this was the last game that WWE made on the PlayStation 2. This game's overall rating ended up being a 7 out of 10 according to GameSpy. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. If you have any suggestions of what I should do next, please comment down below. Peace.